number.
Oh, okay.
I
All right.
refuse to change it.
No, 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 that's fine. I've had mine for 20 years. Um,
Yeah.
all right, what I'd like to do is walk you through some of the things you probably have not seen on the realtor version and then slide into what we do for owners, okay?
Great.
So, 20 years ago, I built the first ever electronic newsletter for agents, and I've been stuck in that business ever since. Everywhere I go, 9 out of 10 agents don't have a clean, reliable database. And you
Okay.
probably hear this all the time. They think they do, but it's in Gmail, it's in the MLS, it's in the cloud, it's in their phone, it's all over the place, but it's not in one place. So, the first thing we do is we get agents organized by building them a brand new database. Then we deliver every 2 weeks engaging content.
Mhm.
You've seen some of the newsletters. Predictive content is what we're writing more of now. Articles that, when opened and read, send a signal to the agent by text or email that, Betty Jane Wilson is interested in this topic, whatever article she opened up. So we have immediate alerts. We try to keep the agent relevant because we deliver in the newsletter hyper local content and things that their clients aren't going to see somewhere else. We help agents focus where they should. We've got some new artificial intelligence I'll show you shortly.
Okay.
And we want to slow down the defection to Zillow, excuse me, Zillow, because once consumers go to Zillow, they never come back to the agent's website. So this is my five-pronged approach: building a database, putting it into a pipeline, helping the agents nurture it, and we know what nurturing content is. We send out about 6 million a month.
Wow.
Intelligence on what's going on inside the database, and finally protecting it. And this is the cool feature. Once email addresses are put in the system for the agent, no other agent anywhere in the country on home actions can attack that agent's database. So
Okay.
email addresses can only be used once. These are just some
Okay.
of the places where we go to export all the agent's contacts, clean them all up, and build in that professional database.
Mhm.
Every 2 weeks, something goes out. We do the sending, the designing, the writing, the inserting, unsubscribing. We do everything for the agent because they frankly don't have time.
Mhm.
And you've been around agents long enough to know that if they can do something non-productive versus productive, they'll probably choose the first. Um,
Right.
so it starts out as a newsletter, but ends up as a conversation starter. You see that green sold sign there?
Yep.
We try to put this in for every agent. The RPR, what's sold down the street report. So we go into RPR every 2 weeks for the agent and we pull out what's sold and some other neat stats. And then we put this PDF right on the newsletter. So in the article there, I don't know if you can read it, but it says click on the green sold sign. As soon as they click on the green sold sign, Tina Sheriff, the owner or the agent, gets a text and an email indicating who just did what.
Okay.
Again, a conversation starter. Custom graphics, predictive content. Now, we all know that 20% down payment's not mandatory, but a lot of consumers still think it is. So we're going to tell them it's not. And I would ask an agent, wouldn't you want to talk to 20 people that are trying to find down payment money, or 10 people, whatever, more than
Mhm.
one? Well, yeah, I would. Well, as soon as they open this article, the alert goes off and they get a chance to talk to them. This is another one. Your biggest complaint from the agents now is there's low inventory or the inventory is not that good.
Right.
So what NAR tells us is that 70% of homeowners have no idea how much equity they have in their home. We want to convince and educate the agents that they should, go in there and pull up this magic number, do a quick CMA for the consumer, and then find out, what the mortgage amount is. Boom, you got 185 grand in equity, which the homeowner never knew. They knew it was
Mhm.
good, they didn't know how good. So we want to get your agents in the game there, and then hopefully, if they're going to list the home, they're going to trust your agents with that listing. We have a new public relations tool we just launched a few weeks ago. This is called the Hometown Small Business Showcase. For the agent that wants to help the small businesses on Main Street in any town you're in,
Yep.
every 2 weeks before the newsletter goes out, he sends us 5 or 6 different businesses, and we highlight them in that page on the right-hand side there. And he gets calls and emails from the owners of these small businesses saying, hey, thanks for doing that, Tom. You didn't have to, but it's a nice gesture.
Mhm.
So no charge for any of this stuff either. Email
Okay.
exclusivity, we already go over that. This is how the sold sign works. This is our most widely clicked article, by the way. Everybody wants to know what's sold down the street. And we see people, and we've talked to them because we do focus group project work, and we say, well, every time you open that newsletter, what's the first thing you go for? What's sold down the street?
Okay.
So it gets people, it builds the allegiance with the rest of with the clients. 1,400 articles in our library that the agent can have for social media. Takes about 8 seconds to get an article on Facebook once we got the system up and running here. So never run out of content for good social media marketing. We've got that. They can
Okay.
take some of these articles and put it right in their newsletter. Real
Yep.
fun part is tracking everything that's open, clicking, and sharing. Half of our readers, excuse me again, will open up the newsletter multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
The only way they could do that is if they save the agent's name and subject line in their inbox. And as they go up and down their email 500 times a day, like we do, they're going to see that agent's name in the subject line. So impression, impression, impression. Who clicked on what? How many times? Where? When? We got it all. Zillow. We got these are the reasons why people run to Zillow and never come back to the agent's website, because Zillow says you shouldn't be paying all those high commissions. We've got all that information anyway that they have. Just come with us.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out and built this widget in the newsletter. It's called the Neighborhood 360 widget. It gives the reader of the newsletter the ability to pull up any address, up to 150 million of them. There's only 150 million out there. So we have information on every street address and every neighborhood that goes around those street addresses. Go out 2 or 3 miles. Really cool market report, not a market report, but neighborhood amenities, demographics, income levels, schools, what's sold. A really neat 7, 8 page report. The consumer's never seen anything like this. The agents hand them out at open houses because invariably they get the question, hey, nice house, but how's the neighborhood?
Uh-huh.
And you know what the agents say? Oh, it's a nice neighborhood, and move on. This is proof that it's a nice neighborhood. Then we have the CoreLogic AVM. If your agents don't have the tell me what my house is worth button on their website, they can use our AVM here. As soon as somebody fills all this information out, the agent gets a text or an email. Here's our new, I don't know if you've been tracking what's going on in industry days, but everybody's trying to throw something in that's artificial intelligence related.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did was we went out and we found a lot of data. We're talking terabytes upon terabytes of data on where email addresses are being used on the internet and where they've been found. What I'm getting at is, and you've seen realtors do this, they look in the obituaries for people that died, right? Because something's going on in their family,
Mm-hmm.
and it usually involves buying or selling a house.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take that same idea of these 7Ds and then add about 850 more filters. We tell the agent, we heat score all the email addresses into these 3 ranges: 18 to 40, 41 to 80, 81 to 97s. Anybody above 80 is 70% assured to be buying or selling in the next 3 to 6 months.
Well.
So let's go back here now and let's take this a little bit further. Mrs. Jones is now taking prenatal vitamins. Mr. Wilson shopped on diapers.com last night for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this a long time. I didn't know there was a database of people who shopped on diapers.com last night for the first time, but there is.
Wow.
The Evanses bought 2 SUVs in the same month. There's a database for that too. Mrs. Delahanty, she's buying expensive jewelry. In the past, she hasn't. She's throwing a lot of money around.
Yep.
And what does that mean to a realtor? Something's going on in her life. So we add all this up. We do all the scoring for the consumer. And we say, hey, listen to your phone when it rings, because here's the good news. You could be driving down the street or walking through the office and your phone goes off. What that means is I set a threshold of 80. Anybody that's below 80, I don't want to deal with them right now. I'm still sending them my newsletter, but I don't think I have to pay any special attention to them. The over 80s are the ones that I want to track. I want to be closer to. The scoring only goes up to 97. So this Diane is exhibiting a 97. She's warming up right now. Is she buying or selling today, tomorrow, and the next week? Probably not. But we've been monitoring her behavior. And the artificial intelligence goes back in time and it says, people, that bought a house a year ago, what were they doing with their email address months before that? We grab all that data, we take it forward, and now we log in to the agent's dashboard. He clicks a button that says lead scoring 360. Here's everybody he should be in closer contact with, simply because they exhibited behavior like other people that bought houses. Now, I don't tell the realtor that Mrs. Jones is potentially pregnant, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
The artificial intelligence knows that and it adds it all up and it simply says, Betty Jane at AOL.com, she's an 85. So she's warming up, not ready to pop yet, but she's an 85. Okay, so the lead scoring does have some extra cost based on how many you want to, but how many you want to score. But we're going to give all the agents throughout the whole country 100 free scores, and they can track that for 2 months and play with it before they decide to do something else.
Okay.
So we're going to wet the agents, we're going to wet their whistle with how to do all this stuff, what to send, how to send, when to send it, how to create conversation starters. I'll just throw you the pricing here. Most of the time we get rid of the setup fee of $99 because we make it look like the owner called me and said, hey, my agents don't pay setup fees.
Right.
So normally we charge 99, but Yussef will be able to say, hey, Albert, don't charge my agents a setup fee. And I have to listen, right?
Mhm.
So $60 a month, newsletter every 2 weeks, guaranteed to work, money back, no contracts, canceled anytime, no
Yep.
cancellation fees. So that, or they can go to 165 if they didn't want to pay the 60 a month. They could pay 165 a quarter. Sometimes I bring that down to 155 a quarter based on what we're doing.
Okay.
So for the agent, it's anywhere between $50 and $55 a month for a newsletter every 2 weeks. Now let's go see what we did started 9 months ago when I started getting calls from brokers that were from brokers that have our individual program. Where's my next one here? Recruiting edition.
I'm trying. I don't know why my Zoom isn't letting me show my camera. I don't mean to be
Oh,
blocked out to you.
I
So,
didn't even look at it. Don't worry about it.
okay, no, I'm like I usually show my face, but it's not giving me an option to unlock it. So, go
Oh,
ahead.
that's fine. So slideshow, resume slideshow. Okay, so where are we now? We're not on that one. Hold on. Sharing. I don't want question and answer. I want to share one more file. New share. Where'd it go? Recruiting edition. Why is it not opening? I
I don't
click on the
know.
share.
Are
I
you?
click on that one. Let me close this. Hold on 1 second, please.
No, because I'm just seeing the slides that you went through.
Yeah, I got. We're gonna close that. Save. All right, here we go. All right, slideshow from the beginning. So about 9 months ago, a broker owner in Washington D.C., Cam Nick, his name is, who had been using our regular program, the Realtor program. He said, "Hey,
Okay.
we get a lot of content from ROG. I got an idea for you. Build me this, 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 and this." So I built it, and the next thing you know, we've got 5,900 competing agents in his area, Northern Virginia, Washington, D.C., and Southern Maryland. Okay. He went
Mhm.
into Broker Metrics and built this really cool list of people he would want in his office, recruiting list.
Yep.
So from that day forward, every 2 weeks, we've been sending out some really great ROG approved and ROG written content. They just never had a delivery vehicle. So what we do is we ship out this version every 2 weeks. Right before the newsletter goes out, I personally talk and email with all of our 29 owners we have right now. We have 29 owners that have said, I want this going out to everybody in my marketplace every 2 weeks.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, this Lou Marcello person, yeah, I'm getting his.
Oh, are you? Okay. Well, yeah, I sold it to Lou.
Yep.
He's in the outskirts of Philadelphia. He's in Collegeville.
And we're getting Greg McClure's too.
Okay. Greg happens to run the largest ROG operation in the country.
Yes.
He's got 1,000 agents.
Yeah, he's the one who I'm aspiring to have Yussef become.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that could help. You're going to be sending out the same content. Okay, so
Hmm.
obviously the articles change every 2 weeks. Now, we could set alerts on these articles. When somebody clicks on the power of one or 10 signs it's time to leave your broker, or is your broker doing enough for you? When a competing agent reads that, we send a text and an email to the agent or to the owner, and
Hmm.
he can have his recruiting person do it, or Cam sometimes picks up the phone and calls these people and sets up an immediate meeting. Cam plans to have at the end of this year 5 offices in DC.
Okay.
So he was smart enough to say, hey, I better lock up everybody now because I want to put an office there in 6 months or a year.
Right.
That's what we let them do. So these are just three examples. Here's another one. Steve up in Maine on the left-hand side. He locked up the whole state. There's only 3,000 realtors in the state of Maine. They're all getting his newsletter.
Wow.
And we just tomorrow I'm talking to the lady that's the owner in Rhode Island. She wants to do the same thing.
Okay.
There's only 2,600, I think, realtors in Rhode Island.
Okay.
So we build, we build custom graphics for the owner, whatever they want. Now, again, these are just, excuse me for my choking.
No, you take a sip of water or something.
All right, what do I have here? I don't know, probably last night's tea.
I know. I just cracked open a seltzer. There was all this snow that was supposed to happen. Nothing happened. It broke up my day.
So as you can see, we take all this content and we shuffle it through every 2 weeks. We have about 40 or 50 articles now that are all ROG approved.
Okay.
We send a mock-up example to the owner or to his assistant
Okay.
days in advance, and you could say, move this article around, add this. We just opened the new office, whatever. So I want to show you how well we're working with this. Now, these are owners in ROG that have our system. Diane Malouche, look at her. She's almost at 7,000 emails every 2 weeks, and they're all tracked. So she she gets a good list of people that she should probably reach out to. Over on the right, Cam's got 5,600. Tom Watson's down in North Carolina. ROG Sunshine, that's down in St. Petersburg. 3,000 there. So we're sending out, I think, somewhere between 60 and 70,000 emails every 2 weeks on behalf of these owners. And of course, just like everybody, the realtor back end dashboard, the owner gets their own dashboard here. Okay, so look at some of these numbers. 30% open rate. That's phenomenal. And I don't know how much you know about email marketing statistic. Yeah, it's huge. Usually it's about 14%. But look down the bottom here. I was even
thinking 10.
Yeah, 6,000 sent, 1,857 unique opens, right? So that's somebody opened it once. But look at that total number, 3,227 out of 6,000 that opened it multiple times.
Right.
Why did they do that? Because they must have found the content engaging, right? Or at least the summaries.
Right.
So that's what we're all about, is building top of mind awareness. First off, that there is in town a ROG, because some of these owners aren't telling everybody in town that we're here. That's what my job is. We're here, ROG. And of course, we got 100%. We got this. We're looking on the left there. You can see coming soon. He announces his office openings. He does his career nights through this. Stop in at 7 o'clock. We're, scotch and water, and I'll tell you how we're doing. Over on the right, you can see where Lou brings in their mortgage company. I think the mortgage company's paying for half of this, but I don't care.
Right.
So these are the metro areas right now that are exclusive. So there's 2 types of exclusivity when it comes to owners. One is, hey, Al, here's a list of 6,000 realtors. We went a radius around Wayne, New Jersey. Is that where you're headquartered?
We're Clifton, but Wayne, he's got 2. Yep.
So you have 2 offices.
Yes.
Okay. So let's build a radius around both of those areas, right? And then go into do you have broker metrics?
Yes.
Okay. And then build your wish list, send it to me. And then you know what? Nobody else, again, ROG or not, Keller Williams can get a recruiting version for that area. Okay, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freehold, Monmouth County. So you're working with Purnima?
Yeah. Oh yeah, she loves it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I talked to her last week. Because Yussef runs the region, so he's selling. So he's selling the franchises. We have a couple in the pipeline of Paramus and Fort Lee, Hoboken. So Purnima, I spoke with last week. She said she was using it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And she turns me on to the people that she's working with. She's a sort of a mentor too to some other owners somewhere in the country. I don't know where, but she's going to give me a list of them.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what we call off the table. You can't get a first person in wins, and for first owner. So exclusivity, the second type of exclusivity is if you like our realtor version and you have us do a Zoom meeting for
Mm-hmm.
your agents, we will not go to Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Remax, anybody around your offices
Mm-hmm.
to sell the real estate version. Because you know what? If they lock up all the email addresses, your
Right.
agent can't do it.
Right.
So we want your agents to be first. I mean, I might have some Weichert offices, with 2 or 3 agents using the program there, but I don't have a lot of people in your neck of the woods in New Jersey.
Okay.
I do have in a small town called Sparta.
Yeah.
Did I send this to you today? What we did in Sparta with Weichert?
You sent me stuff, but I don't think I saw Sparta. I could be
Okay,
wrong
so
though.
in Sparta, traditionally for the last 10 years, they've been top 15, top 25 offices in all of Weichert. The owner had me in their office 4 times. This was pre-COVID when you could drive to an office.
Mm-hmm.
And we set everybody up. 26 people subscribed. And we're sending out something like 28,000 emails every 2 weeks. The population of the town is only 19,000.
Wow.
There's 6,000 households. So
Wow.
we've got everybody around Sparta getting this newsletter, and the agents are just sitting back and going bing, 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 waiting for people to open these articles to call them back to get the deal done. They
Mm-hmm.
are now number 1 in the 275 offices at Weichert for the last
Wow.
5 months.
Okay, great.
I've had VPs actually call VPs of Weichert saying, "Is that true what you did with Al?" And the guy's name is Andrew Milling, great manager, lots of respect from the agents. He says, "I'm not, it's not 100%, but if all these agents are in front of all these people, just look at the stats."
Right.
Okay, top producing agents. So that's what we can do office by office. There's nothing particular about Sparta. It just has a great manager
Right.
that had me in there 4 times to build lists. None of the top performing agents in that office had a database until they met me. That's the ironic part.
Okay.
Okay, so last month we gave away $50 to every. We didn't give away $50. We donated $50 in the agent's name. About $2,000 in the month of December. We're going to do this again in April or May.
Great.
Here's how the recruiting pricing works: $149 setup fee, and then $89 per month. Put those two together, $238, and then qualifies for an agent fee reduction. If we do a Zoom for your agents, we're going to offer them $160 savings. If they, by the time, whenever we do a web demo or a Zoom demo, we always like to lower the price and we make the broker owner look good, right? Shrewd
Mm-hmm.
negotiator. But if we could save the agents $160, more will buy this. So
Right.
that's to set up this recruiting account takes about 2 days.
Okay, that was a question. Okay.
You would just simply go and build that list in Broker Metrics, send it to me, we put it in, and then chances are 99% of your clients, your agents, will get in here because we're going to make them exclusive to you. Okay, there might be 50 you can't get in because they are in somebody else's account, but I have to figure out if we're merging realty and recruiting, but that's a different story.
So, all right. So
anybody-
question.
Go
So I
ahead.
have a question then. So you're saying merging. So like if Purnima has, say, Yussef in her contacts, I'm not seeing any Purnimas coming through, but I'm seeing the Gregs and I'm seeing the other gentleman that we saw.
Right.
So if I was thinking doing it on behalf of for Yussef down the pipeline, but I have Miriam, Spanish last name, with an A and then it ends in an A. She's working with you guys as well. So I'm getting hers. That is every 2 weeks.
What's her
So
name?
if Miriam, Miriam, and then last name is AY something.
Okay, I'm not familiar with it, but I probably sold her.
I can see, but I'm just trying to see. You're saying that the
No, the exclusivity is different. The exclusive, she might be in somebody else's newsletter, but she can be in Yussef's newsletter.
Miriam Alta, ALTADOUKA. But anyway, she's definitely sending them out every 2 weeks. It looks great. It's super clean. And I think it would be a great, she said that she loved it. I talked to her last week about it. So,
Well, here's
and
what. So
she's,
you have 2 offices, right?
yes.
Here's an idea. And I'm not saying this because I'm president of the company and I'm a salesman, but I'm also an owner. But here's an idea I had. You must know, agents in each office that are, top 5, top 10 in the office.
Yeah.
Let's put together a web demo. Just invite them. And because at the end of January, which is what, Sunday night? At the end
Yes.
of Monday, close of business, I've got this $160 discount that I can offer any agents, specifically in ROG that I'm doing this.
Okay.
Let's put together, if we can, I know it's, you got only 3 more days of the week left, but put together a panel of 5 agents in each office, and then let's do a Zoom for them, see what questions they have, and then roll something out in February to the rest of your agents. But I'm all about helping them increase their productivity, which Yussef should, he understands how that works, right? If they sell more houses, he does more, more revenue.
Of course.
So is that a possible idea?
I mean, I would love to have a little bit more time. I don't know if you can extend it for like maybe the middle of next week, but
I probably can. That's too much.
I mean, I know that we have, top producers. I know them off the top of my head. I know that they kind of hop back and forth. I know that there's some that are already kind of doing their own thing,
Hey,
but
why don't I build a free account for you?
okay.
Right? And then we could put all the agents in your newsletter, right? Now you're in management.
Yeah, but
You don't sell them, are you?
I'm not an agent. I'm just his admin.
But you don't have to be. It's just a
Okay.
newsletter for internal people.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, do me a favor. Send me an email with obviously your name on it and your email address, your cell phone number, and I'll get an account built in a day or two, and then we can enroll your agents and let them kick it around because they're going to love it.
No, absolutely. I mean, the Zoom demo, I'm totally a fan of. We do every other Wednesday, we're doing office meetings. I'm trying to have more of an agenda and a focus of different topics week over every other week. And we're starting, coaching and training and class calendars and all of this stuff. And I'm really trying to see where we can, I think I think it's a great tool that everybody should use.
Hey, what are you guys using for a CRM? Are you using Sync?
We're using Sync and we're using KV Core.
Okay, because we're embedded and integrated with Moxie Engage, which you guys used to have, right?
Yes.
So now you offer either Sync or KV Core.
Yes.
And here's why: because by the end of January or February, we're going to be integrated with them. So
with
we'll
Sync,
be able to have a synchronized database.
With Sync?
Yeah, with Sync and all the top CRMs. We're using a program called man, I can't think. It begins with a Z.
That's
Zapier,
okay.
Zapier.
Okay.
It's a common API application that sits literally in about 200 different CRMs and websites, top producer, MLSs, and we're going to be able to every morning at 3:30 take all the contacts that are in ABC, put them in home actions, put all the home actions contacts into ABC.
Okay, great.
Okay, so
yes.
If you want, do you want me to send you these 2 PowerPoints for Yussef, or
send me the PowerPoints? I'm going to send you my information that you need. I'm going to get with him so we can start definitely a Zoom call with everyone. If I can do top producers within the next 7 to 10 days, I certainly can try. But I think
it could be longer. I mean, we'll grandfather you on the rates.
Okay.
What I did want to do is here's why. Do you think Yussef can look at this tomorrow and perhaps purchase this?
I'm talking with him later. I have a project to answer your question. Yes.
And here's why: because we're adding some more tools to the recruiting version, so we're not going to bring any new owners in the month of February, right? Because the new technology is not going to work for them yet. So we're going to stop adding new people to the recruiting program in February, which means Yussef would have to wait till March, and I don't think he wants to. So let's see if we can get this done in the next 3 days. And I'll build you an account. We'll get the list of your agents. We'll put them in your account. I'll show you how to do it. It's not hard. And then you'll be able to get the feedback from these agents when they see it. All right.
Sounds good. And I'll if I have any questions, I'll prepare them and I'll send them over to you.
Yeah, you got that. You got my cell number. I'm 18 hours a day on it.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, Alan.
I deal with agents in Hawaii, right? They forget that I'm on the East Coast.
No, you're a mover and a shaker, I can tell. And I love that you recorded the session, which I appreciate. So if you can send that over too.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a half hour, it's not long. I think he'll like the energy of it. And I think that this is something worth seeing for sure.
Yeah. Now your plans for opening up more offices this year, or you have plans?
Yeah. Yeah.
But he owns the whole state of New Jersey?
Yes.
Okay, so he could put, hey, I got a question. In Pittsburgh, there's three owners, three separate owners of the companies there. One of them has an office 4 miles away from the other one. Now, I
Mm.
thought when you bought a franchise, you could literally you just lock people out of your service territory.
Yeah, I have no idea. That is not, I've been with him for about 5 months.
Uh-huh.
I know that there's been, that one is concerning. I do not know.
Okay. Well, yeah. So my goal here is to help him open up these offices by literally letting every agent in his area know that he's coming to town.
No, he's got to get out there. I think that I love the article piece. I love that you can kind of customize it to you. And I saw some stuff that we had through ROG newsletter that Greg uploaded and used for his stuff. So
Yeah.
the fact that they're ROG approved already means that we don't have to go through any other red tape. It's just one and done. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go drive in the snow, right?
Thank you.
Okay. So send me that email. We'll get this going. We'll talk in 2 days.
Thanks,
All
Albert.
right.
Be
Bye-bye.
well.
Have a good afternoon.
You too.